is the late game Friday night, Madison Square Garden. Wisconsin and Florida, Gators 2, 132 the total. First of all, we know this was BS going in. There's no way Wisconsin is an 8 seed. At one point during the season, they were in the top 5, and they were in the preseason top 10. Sweet 16 pressure, a big deal to many players. Not Koenig and not Nigel Hayes. They'll be among a few teammates in modern era that have made this round 4 straight seasons. Look at this with the Koenig, Hayes, Turney era. Flash that graphic straight up, 13-3. And then you see the ATS 11-4-1, and yes, identical 381 minutes. And Teddy, how close did they come to making history when you see the close losses?
Yeah, it's kind of insane. I mean, this is something I started going back and doing the work on this. I'm like, oh my God, what could have been for Wisconsin? All right, how close is this team coming to making history again? This is their 4th straight Sweet 16. All right, 2016, last year, they lose 61-56 to Notre Dame. They led that game 56-53 with 26 seconds remaining. 2015, they made it to the national championship. They lost 68-63 to Duke. They led that game 58-56. It was what, a 12-5 closeout for the Blue Devils. 2014, so they were right there to win the title. 2014, the national semifinals, they lose 74-73 to Kentucky. Remember that Aaron Harrison three-pointer with 5 seconds left? You got to remember that shot. You know, they lost 74-73 in that ball game. So it's not a stretch to think this team, instead of being 13-3 straight up, they could have gone 16-0 in those games. They're not going to be bothered by the pressure of this round of the tournament, but they will be bothered by that Florida Gators defense.
Well, big reason for the tourney run is the tough team to prepare for. What is arguably the best possible preparation? Play Virginia, the team closest in style. Teams like Wisconsin and Virginia want to take advantage of defensive mistakes and work deep into the shot clock to force them. So what happens when they go up against a D that has athleticism and patience? Florida 65, Virginia 39. Cavs were 16 of 54 and 1 of 15 from 3. They didn't get any easy looks. In the Florida D game plan, the starting lineup for Virginia scored 16 points in 110 floor minutes, 6 of 28 shooting. Florida number 3 in the nation in defense.
Yeah, and again, you look at the keys for that Florida defense. Well, they have the size to impact opposing shots. They're number 12 in effective field goal percentage. They have the quickness to pressure the ball. They're number 32 in turnover, percentage of possessions that end in a turnover. Number 27 in percentage of possessions that end in a steal. And when we talk about seconds per shot, they force opponents. They're number 314 in the country in terms of pace. So Wisconsin's going to have to work deep into the clock to beat Florida, but the Badgers certainly more capable of most teams when it comes to working deep into the shot clock to take good shots. They're comfortable running their half-court offense, even when it takes 29 seconds for them to get off a good look.
They've also been in 2 close games so far. Florida, 2 blowouts. Now, who's the go-to scorer for them in a close game? 3 and 7 straight up in games decided by 6 points or less. How much does that concern you?
Well, that's been the biggest issue about Florida. When we talked about Florida, I remember talking about them right here on Sportsman in January and in February. We said this team has Final Four potential if they had a closeout scorer. They don't. In a short point spread game, that's definitely a concern for the Gators. Then again, when we've seen Wisconsin have all of these chances against elite teams and come up short in those chances as well, maybe some of that gets mitigated.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.